this remote location somewhere in the east, only a bunch of people. You're not really making revenue there, so you don't really care. And but there are these 10 people, huge fluctuation, and you're using the system that one of these guys has just scripted over the weekend. So are you sure you manage your users across these different worlds appropriately? Are you sure that you know all the risk associated with it? I doubt that this is the case, and I think you see where the opportunity lies here, and what benefits you can create by integrating these separate worlds into just one single view. So the ideal world looks like this. On top, you have the business managers who define the processes, who define their requirements. These are then given to the IT folks, and there's an automated process of provisioning, of approvals, etc., so that everything is set up and enforced in the IT systems. And then there's the check-back loop for the validation, and so that you report back what has happened in the IT systems, and the auditors can see the reports, and everybody is happy. So this is the ideal world scenario. The question now, of course, is how do we achieve such a scenario? So to make things easy, we start with what we know and what we can do already. First step is bottom up. Make sure that you create consistencies between the different IT systems. And this is something that identity management people have done since ages, so we know how to do this. This should be a piece of cake. Step 2 is top-down. It's about business processes, definition, integration, standardization of business processes for SAP and non-SAP systems. And this is something that our experts for the applications, for the business applications, and all the SAP experts have done since ages, and that they know of and that they can help with. So these should be 2 steps that we can easily do. Then it becomes a little bit more critical. We need those different folks to talk to each other and agree on the middle piece, because now ideally we reduce complexity by using the least privilege model. And then we need to close the loop. And we need to close the loop. Can I go back here? Yeah. We need to close the loop, which means we want to provide enterprise-wide access control. This is a cooperation then between and a handshake between the different systems in place, so that from SAP Access Control we give the information to the roles-based provisioning system, and from the identity management systems we give information back to the SAP Access Control, and this is done in a way so that you can use roles that you have defined in SAP in the rest of the enterprise, and you can make sure that access rights that you have defined in other parts of the enterprise are given back to SAP Access Control to be then mapped with the access rights given within SAP. So what you need is a mapping of the different access rights and a mapping of the roles within the different systems. So with this, you can then achieve this unified process. You can achieve the ideal world scenario, and of course, we can help you do this. We do this alongside with SAP and with the SAP tools that you have in place. We have a long-standing partnership with SAP, and I know one of our customers, Endres & Hauser, talked about their SAP implementation and integration with identity management already 2 years ago here at the European Identity Conference, and yeah, it's an evolvement of what we did at that time, and we've done a lot on the product side as well. Cannot comment on everything right now. There was more to come in the next weeks about products, but we have just finalized and published the certification of our SIEM product, Novell Sentinel, for SAP NetWeaver. So this is also another step in that direction. And Novell Sentinel is actually the only SIEM product certified for SAP NetWeaver. So at the end, IdM-SAP-GRC, what is the problem? Coming to this question again, there is no real problem if you just stick to a few little recommendations. Stop acting in silos. Start the communication between the different IT functions in your enterprise, between those who know processes and those who know the systems. And it's not only about integration of business and IT, it's also about integrating the disparate the different functions within the IT department. And then coming back to the picture of the bear, so if you obey these little recommendations, you can achieve great teamwork and make your GRC lives much more easier. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Actually, the picture of the bear is sort of inspired a picture in me that if you do it right, you get to escape out of your cage. Yeah, well, thank you very much for your very upbeat assessment, which sort of contrasts with the very disillusioning statements your study produced. I was very chastened to listen to things like, 17%, only 17% actually measure the success.
Yeah,
of
this
their
is scaring. A lot of
GRC.
work for the consultants here in the room.
Yeah. Okay, well, we have our work cut out for us. Thank you very much.
Thank
Marina.
you.